So in this session, we are going to again discuss about the where clause and going to see some advanced ways of querying our tables. So this is again our typical paycheck data set or the paycheck table. But there's just one difference that I've made from our previous sessions is that I've added up a new row, the 11th row in fact, which has the same name of George Lucas. It has a salary of $95,751 and a bonus of $11,000. So this is something I'm going to use in this session to demonstrate what I called conjunction of conditions used in the where clause. So, so what if you have this table presented to you over here, and you that we are already done with the selecting the rows based on the first name and the last name, and what if we now wanted to combine even more than two variables? We wanted to combine the first name, last name, salary, and the bonus all in one string. So the say I wanted only those rows where the name is George, and only those rows which have the salary value greater than 95,000. So let's just type it over here. So I want the all of these variables from the table paycheck with the salary is exceeds 95,000, and say first name equals George. The name George is in apostrophes in inverted commas. So when I'm going to run this query, you're going to notice that I'm going to hit the run button. So again, it presents me with only that record of the individual where the name George Lucas had a salary of greater than 95,000. And the reason I gave specifically this example was that there were two George Lucas in my data set, and this is a typical scenario in an employee database. You could have two individuals in your organization with the same name, but what if you only wanted that individual which also besides his name satisfied a third condition, as in this case we have used the salary greater than 95,000. Now if you would closely notice, what I have done is this was the first condition that I wanted to be satisfied. The next thing was this condition, first name is equals to George. I have used something called the and in between these two things. Now this keyword deserves special mention because this really helps us to say combine two conditions into one. So by using the and condition, I have used specifically combined that I only want those rows to turn up where both of these conditions would be satisfied. The first name equals George, and the salary should be greater than 95,000. So the other way around of this thing would have been that I would have selected where salary greater than 95,000. The other complementary to the AND operator is OR, and this is exactly in contrast to the AND operator. And the reason I use OR over here is that now it lets you select all those values, all those rows where salary is greater than 95,000 or the first name equals George. So you will notice that we will have all those rows turning up where either of these conditions were satisfied, and I bet that the number of rows is going to be more than one. So we're going to select this and run this, and there you go. Now we have at least 6 rows turning up, and you're going to notice that both this George Lucas and this George Lucas have turned up in the data set. Now the reason is that the reason this first row turned up in our query result is that its salary was greater than 95,000 clearly. So was the case for Emily Clinton, and so was the case for Nitesh Singh also. This one turned up, although its salary is greater than less than 95,000. This row turned up because the first name was George. This row turned up again because the salary was greater than 95,000, and this one came up because this condition was also satisfied and this condition was also satisfied. So even if one of those, even if I were to not include one of the conditions, still this row would come up because it satisfies either the OR condition which is before it or the after it. So this marks an end to our discussions on basic understanding of the where clause in MS Access SQL. Thank you for watching.